level events where it's just the most stacked level you can get. That's where SHADIC kind of gets some of these 9s and stuff, but being able to finally break through and get into this top 8. And man, this is going to be so interesting. Like last time they played, it was that money match at SmashCon, but that was so long ago. And I mean, this character's advanced so much from them.
100%. I mean, you know, you could argue just the play that these two have brought to the table has really kind of inspired a couple other Corrins that have really kind of, you know, started to kind of do their own little thing. I mean, again, you know, Spargo's probably the most notable one with him playing it as his, like a co-main at this point. But these two right here, it all starts right here. The blueprint, if you will. And now we're matching up one of NA's finest versus one of Japan's finest. This is how we kick off our top 8 for Genesis 10. Charles, 10 of them things. I'm privileged to say I've been here since Genesis 3. Love it.
Dang, yeah. I mean, my first Genesis was Genesis 3 as well.
Look at us now.
Hey,
Look at us now.
Hey, we're over here now on the in here on the stage and with the crowd, everyone getting hyped for this match. And usually, when you talk about who is the best with what character, it's not really reliant on the Ditto.
Sure.
But I mean, in this case, the Ditto really going to be important here if you want to move on through this bracket.
Okay.
There's a footstool down air.
Okay, love that. Yeah, man, that's kind of, you know, some of that new tech that we see get displayed. People continuing to push the limits of their characters. And we're going to see who can take care of business in game number 1. You know, like you said it best, Charles, like, yeah, you know, there's that little bit of history, but that was a long time ago, and there's something different about playing a money match and then playing on the grand stage of Genesis.
Okay, there's a really big ring here. Okay, I'm just dead.
Nice timing.
But man, what a 2-frame on that up B, and that's where Corrin can be susceptible. You got the hitboxes on the wing, but it doesn't protect the noggin there.
You gotta be right on time, right on the money, and that is exactly what SHADIC is bringing to the table. What an opening start for him. 112 though, after that hit could be an opportunity for Neo. Nice, got all the stage control. What can we do with it though?
Yeah, and it's going to be so important to get those 2 frames right. I mean, we can see some edge guarding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Straight hit up airs, obviously, Corrin, a very strong character when it comes to getting straight hits like that back air, like that up air. So good in those last hit situations here. But when you can get the 2-frame with the pin, I mean, those stocks are going to melt away here. Absolutely,
man. Really going to feel like at some point it's going to come down to whose patience can reign supreme in a lot of these critical situations, especially when you have that timing that SHADIC does, man. This kid is just so unbelievable in these clutch time situations, not missing a beat. Back-to-back 2 frames, Charles, and he is enjoying a pretty healthy lead.
Yeah, and now Neo kind of feeling like you got to take a little risk, tries to go for that drop zone pin, and I really want to point out that advantage state coming out from SHADIC on that last stock. Saw the double jump was sniped. Neo tried to double jump out of the up tilt, caught the double jump, and because of that, there wasn't too much timing mix-ups, right? Oh, and Neo not going to confirm off the neutral air, and oh my goodness, there's the down air. Double dip on that.
And you know what? SHADIC is the kind of player, if you're going to make an error like that in your execution, he is going to make you pay dearly. In that case, it was game number 1. SHADIC taking the stage by storm and dominating that first game. Wow.
And you can already tell, I mean, there's nerves throughout the entire weekend. This is Genesis, baby. You already know everybody wants to do so well at this tournament. And even on the stage, you amplify that even more. Neo missing a neutral air confirm. That's not too crazy of a confirm, but I mean, when the nerves gets the best of you, you know, these input errors are going to start coming out, and if you're Neo, you really got to clean it up if you want to advance to this loser's bracket.
There is a reason that for 10 events, for 10 Genesis, this stage has been the proving ground for some of the greatest to ever touch the sticks when it comes to Smash Brothers, okay? You've got to show up, and plays like that, Charles, it gives me a little hope that Neo's game is still on point.
Yeah, Neo taking a little bit of risk here, going for that up special. Doesn't get the KO, but SHADIC striking back with the fair string all the way to the left, catches the grab as well, and just like that, I mean, 1 string apiece, 1 advantage stays apiece, going all the way up to 80%. Both these guys' offense is very clean.
You are definitely going to notice these two are going to be trading a lot of hits. I mean, that is just going to be the strings. This is what this character does best, right? Strings, all that damage, and then timing, so essential. So a lot of that good stuff on the side of SHADIC in the first game. Neo trying to retaliate, trying to respond. Oh, gets pinned up. Not going to do anything with it, though. Nice nair. Get some pressure off. That back air not quite going to be able to find its mark. They are swinging right now, trying to get these closing blows. Not as close as it gets right now. 117 apiece.
I love that neutral beam just to kind of stave off Nao, just so you can't go for that two-frame pin there. You really want to use all your resources here. There's the two-frame, but the pin, the kick away, it's not enough. Nao giving Static yet another chance here.
There you go. Cannot afford to let SHADIC get back for free. Oh, kind of gives up that down air. Nobody home, though, to get the good punish. 142. And yeah, that's going to be costly right there as Nao able to strike first this time. Had a little bit of a hot start with that quick combo he was able to put on and able to, at the very least,
Yeah, I mean, when you get the pin and it's too close,
exactly, can't do
you
anything
have
with
to drop and go for the tech
Yeah.
chase there. I mean, maybe SHADIC just opting to go for the kick. Maybe it would hit that time. Oh, there's the tech chase. Oh, but the spot dodge barely coming out in time. Corrin not going to have the greatest throw when it comes to getting the KO, but it's all about positioning with these sword gears.
No doubt about that. Great positioning right now for SHADIC. Gotta close this stock out. You don't want, I was gonna say you do not want Nao hanging around and letting him get a little string going as well. Before you know it, you could be sitting at 60 or 70%. Not what you're trying to face, but nonetheless, that is exactly what Nao is bringing to the table. The patience, Charles. I alluded to that in the first game. Patience can win the day in this matchup, and Nao showing a great deal of it right there with that punish.
And when it comes to playstyles, you can already tell SHADIC usually going for the more consistent combo routes or advantage states, and Nao will take a little bit more of a risk for that higher reward.
Definitely.
Which is pretty interesting just because when you think about American playstyle compared to Japan playstyle, it's usually swapped. So it's always really fun to watch these two play. And man, what a crazy reset, and getting the tipper pin at that. I mean, just completely deleting the stock here. And oh my goodness, look at this. Nao completely turning things around. Tries to return the favor, but still makes it back.
He was definitely feeling, man, trying to put the exclamation point on this second game. I mean, he's in a great position, 69%, looking incredibly well as we see SHADIC continue to struggle to just remove off the second stock of Nao. He's been a brick wall right now.
Off stage, no, yeah, I'm just
nice clash, yeah.
You already see SHADIC doesn't opt to go for these low edge guards, right? SHADIC usually opts to just two-frame, but maybe SHADIC gonna go off stage. No, just gonna go for the two-frame here, trying to get the corner pressure with the back air. Not enough. Great DI on that neutral air though, but Nao still holding on to this second stock. The defense really coming through.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, I don't know, what changed between games 1 and 2. I'm gonna say most notably, the nerves have definitely left Nao playing a lot more free, a lot more loose. Yeah. And you're seeing the benefits of that. This is the player that we know was able to take out Ken, make it to this top 8 through a grueling loser's run, but do not sleep on SHADIC. At many times we've seen this kid down, but never out, and that is what Nao needs to keep in mind as he begins to try to apply a little bit of pressure. Look at that, looking for those strings.
Not gonna find it after the reset, the spot dodge coming through. There's another grab, you're gonna take some damage here. But as long as SHADIC, this is not too bad. Stay out, and if there's anyone that knows how to SDI that forward smash, it's gonna be these Corrin players, but Nao closing it out pretty seamlessly.
And the fun thing with the Corrin players too is you'll see them, they'll steal and cheese a lot of stocks with that very move. But when you're going against somebody who's is as familiar with the move and using it and escaping it as you are, not going to necessarily get the same mileage. Great response from Nao. One thing you pointed out there, Charles, that I really like too, yes, it's so interesting to see a Japanese player be more of the risk taker in a set. Traditionally, we know the NA players, they're the ones that are the risk takers, they're going for it, a little bit more conservative in the play sometimes for the Japanese players, but Nao, he's a little different in these streets.
Got some of that American reset.
He does. I'm sorry, guys. We corrupted him. That's true.
And that's the thing about Ultimate, man. There's so many different options, right? And you really get to see playstyles come through, and I think that's the best part. I mean, what playstyles, what characters are really going to succeed in the current meta? But there's also all these curveballs as well, right? We're obviously human as well, so there's a bunch of emotions getting poured into the game as well as the nerves. It's always such a sick thing to see clash together. And especially, I mean, we don't see too much character dittos in Ultimate, and it's crazy that we're seeing, of all of them, it's the Corrin ditto that we're seeing here in top 8 of Genesis 10.
I mean, you take a look at like the rest of this top 8 bracket, you're not going to see another ditto. Like, this is it. The buck stops here. Yeah. And that's just, for the sheer fact of just the amount of characters that we have and so many of them being as good as they are. But every now and then we get a chance to match up two of the best with their respective characters, and this is what we get as we head into game number 3, knotted up one apiece, taking it to Stadium.
And it's crazy because we've seen an uptick of Corrin in terms of solo main Corrin results, but a bunch of other players are picking up pocket Corrin and stuff like that. I mean, especially at top level, I mean, the immediate thing you can look at is Spargo utilizing Corrin to get in the top 8 of Genesis 10.
I dare say, man, it could be one of those characters that's you just look at how the game's developing, how the meta's going, very well could be the future. I'm very excited, man, but again, like I said, it all starts with the blueprint, and that is both of these guys holding it down. Another great exchange. Oh, nice catch with that back there. Tremendous. Another great start for Neo. And this time, Charles getting his 2 frames off and seeing the result of that. A very strong and early lead for Neo.
Love the neutral B in that sequence, starting off with the footstool down air. Both of these players very, very proficient at that, and the big reason why is Corrin doesn't really have too much great close-up options. We're not seeing it too often because both of these characters are sword characters, so trying to play at that mid-range. But Corrin can struggle against some of these rushdown characters, and that's essentially your last line of defense is going to be that footstool dare.
All right, well, going to need some big-time defense right now from SHADIC. He is getting absolutely mauled right now by Neo, who has just erupted in this 3rd game. SHADIC maybe not content to go off stage and take some risks himself, but good pressure on this left side. He's going to settle for a grab, goes for a big-time back here. Nobody home. Great recovery from Neo, just avoiding everything.
Okay, going onto the platform, the dash grab does connect here. Goes for a down throw. I mean, up throw not going to KO until, 150 plus, even with some raid, maybe even later. So another back throw here. Oh, another shake out of the grab.
He's trying to get those pummels up. Yeah, he knows what he's looking for. He's either going to be an up throw at some point or he's going to land that falling up air. That'll close things out. This crowd erupts a little bit. Definitely a pro SHADIC crowd in here for sure. Obviously represent NA, but a lot of Neo fans as well, and for good reason. This guy is absolutely sensational, bringing a lot to the table. Nice patience from SHADIC, expecting that air dodge, punishing accordingly, and starting to close the gap little by little, Charles. Here we go.
Oh, platform tech chase. Corrin loves those platform tech chases, especially on PS2. That neutral, that up air covers the entire thing, so you just need to skip a beat, if you will, and then throw out that hitbox and you can cover every single option, and usually kind of combo after that. Something that, not going to miss that one.
That's a stock, man. That's kind of a callback, too, to what? The first game, we saw one of those missed in a crucial situation. Not this time again. Neo has really settled in. And look at this, man. Just all those big swipes accumulate tons of damage. Lord have mercy. Charles.
So interesting because sword characters, they love to set up in the air, but do you want to be the one to pull the trigger and do the rising aerial, right? And then try to stuff your opponent from setting up in the air. A lot of that mix-up, and it's just happening, fractions of a second. All these decisions are being made, and right now, Neo's making all the right ones at all the right times.
Yeah, Neo is playing absolutely incredible at the moment. I must say, SHADIC probably was not expecting to have this much difficulty after a dominant performance in that game number 1, but it is a long set for a reason, and SHADIC knows that. Able to get that stock there. Now if we can just get one of those strong combo starters, he can definitely put on a quick little 50%.
And the crazy thing about Corrin is so good at getting at 0%, but I don't even know if Neo is going to even give SHADIC the chance here. There's the neutral platform tech chase. No. Neo's able to land on the platform, not in tumble.
Hold on.
Really bad position.
Hold on now. Oh, taking a big shot right there. Nice, I like that. Maybe a little bit of anticipation. Suddenly the pendulum of momentum swinging back to the side of SHADIC. And just like that, we are almost dead even, Charles.
And SHADIC is down, taking his risk. The air dodge doesn't get punished, but the up throw on the platform, it's going to be enough. The up air doesn't get the punish, but the grab does. Neo going to clean it up just in time for the end of game 3.
He called out that SHADIC would go for a defensive option, and he waited for it. Patience, and with the assist of the platform, it was just enough to get that KO off the top. And I hear the Neo crowd chants starting to blossom, Charles. I'm starting to feel a little bit of a shift in the crowd. Not only the momentum, SHADIC has really got to pick it up for this game number 4. It's going to be a short-lived top 8 appearance for him at Genesis 10.
And it's so crazy. You saw both players just so down to just make the hard reads in that game number 3. Game 3 is so pivotal when it comes to that momentum. You get the counter pick. If it goes into game number 5, you'll have that advantage if you win game 3 and the set ends up being 2-1. So, I mean, we saw the forward smash. We saw SHADIC just go for the really deep edge guard, not going to get it, misses the 2-frame, and then Neo throwing out the infamous forward smash, right? And I mean, that was a forward smash was the move that he threw out that lost it to Akola. So I was like, oh no, not the flashback to SmashCon. Like, don't let it be you, man.
Please, history is destined to repeat itself at times, but don't let it be that time. We are heading to game number 4. My goodness. Again, for Neo, it's not how you start, Chuck, it's how you finish. And he is looking to finish things in game number 4. We are back at Stadium. Expecting SHADIC to kind of come out guns blazing or maybe sword swinging in this case, and that is exactly what I'm going to see. Love that. Get every bit of percent you can. A quick 65, 73 right now. Oh, the forward tilt, that was so good.
Resetting to ledge here. Here's the 2-frame lineup.
Oh, no, not quite there. But nonetheless, I mean, look at all this damage he's accumulated so fast. Okay, Neo striking back again. Patience, Charles, pays off every time. He's so good at calling that out.
Double jump into the back air. I like that coming out from SHADIC, just really changing up the air drift. Corrin having a very unique back air. It's got incredible range, but also pushes her forward.
Come on now.
You see that used for recovery. You see that used for spacing and neutral, and even in disadvantage, just to switch up your drift.
All right, back to neutral here. Nothing wrong with disengaging momentarily, giving yourself a chance. Nice, and that's exactly what Nao is doing, slowing down the pace ever so slightly. Getting hit for, oh no, that was a wild swing, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna cost him the stock, but definitely gonna cost him some good position.
Oh, the drift back on the up special as well. Great stuff with the pin going to connect. No kick required here. And I feel like every single game, this first stock really tells everything for the rest of the game, right? Yep. It's so hard for Corrin, and I mean, they're just doing such a great job. But oh, the charge on the normal getup. Corrin having one of the few smash attacks that you actually have a hitbox while you're charging it up.
It's crazy, man. That thing just get the shaking like a chainsaw.
Ooh, we got some different angle mixes as well. Utilizing the hitboxes on the wings, right? So not putting your noggin right at that ledge level. I love the recoveries coming out from Nao.
Yeah, this is really solid from Nao. Can we get back safely though? Yes, finally, okay. Get a chance to get that offense going. No, again, SHADIC just interrupting. I love this aggressive side of SHADIC. Got the lead, I want to keep it. I'm going full throttle right now. I'm not giving you any room to breathe. Uses the down air to get out of a tricky predicament, but look at that. Just like just hawking him down right there. Not giving him any room to breathe. This is what SHADIC is about. Returning the favor on that charge forward smash and keeping it going. But as I say that, Nao starting to pick it up. Let's see. I like that there. Just get out of disadvantage immediately. And look at that. Great positioning. 42% only. This has all the makings, Charles, to go to game 5.
This is why Corrin is so dangerous when she's facing her back towards you. Not only do you have to really account for the back air, and sometimes you can try to roll through the back air like we saw Nao try to do there, but then if they don't press back air, they can just drift backwards and go for that retreating, falling up air, and you kind of see there's so much different mix-ups, and that's why Corrin so powerful.
Oh, love that. Great conversion. Let's see, is he going to throw caution? I wasn't sure he was going to throw caution to the win, go for it there. No, plays it safe, the right thing to do. I would recommend, absolutely, even with this lead, don't give Nao a chance to get back in it by putting it at a last stock situation. A little bit of a clank, it looked like.
Yeah. Maybe Nao holding down on the recovery just to get that hitbox a little bit longer. Sure. But nonetheless, Nao's been doing an incredible job of not getting two-frame, but still, it's static. You can have all the greatest defense, but if you can't get that hit, you can't get this stock here, SHADIC's just going to be chilling at 2 stocks apiece all the way to the end of game 4, man.
You ain't lying about that. Nao fighting for everything he's got right now. Final stock, trying to avoid a game number 5, but the way SHADIC is playing, he might not have a say in the matter. Survives the kill screen. Oh, SHADIC goes deep, attempting to hit that back there. Nobody home, though.
Okay, gonna get back on the stage. This is a re-grab. Oh, the back kick, it's not enough. That was so smart coming out from SHADIC, but are you able to recover once again? Gets to the ledge here, goes for the ledge drop, double jump, still goes for the re-grab, still not getting hit, and then the pin to retaliate.
The SHADIC mix-ups are absolutely out of control, just remixing the game, the strategy for recovering, for attacking, and countering at the right times with his offense. Forces a game 5 dueling chance in the crowd right now. The Let's Go Naos, the Let's Go SHADICs. Listen, I don't think they give a damn who's actually going to win. They just want to see Corrin win. And guess what? That's guaranteed.
Guaranteed 100%. I don't think we're going to see any crazy pockets. Both these players really showcasing all the different counterplay.
I love it.
Ditto, and this is absolutely insane. We saw SHADIC go to the back side of the kick. Obviously, that front kick is a lot stronger than the back kick. So, I mean, SHADIC just going for the high recovery. He didn't have the invincibility from the regrab, so it was just so creative. And man, I gotta say, many layers of defense coming out from both these players, but also we're seeing all the crazy resets in the edge guards as well.
When it comes to being on a stage like this, when it comes to rising to the challenge, you don't get here by happenstance. You don't get here by accident. Both of these guys are battle tested, well-rounded, and they're ready to go. Game number 5 is about to begin. A little bit of, I think, a tech check right there made for the headphones, just making sure everything is good and kosher. We want this game 5. We don't want no asterisk next to anything, all right?
Competitive integrity.
Exactly. Let the best man win. And these are 2 of the finest in the bracket suiting up for this game 5. Chat, I hope you guys are ready, prepared, because this is how you start off a top 8 at a prestigious event like Genesis 10.
Yeah,
period.
Of course, the first set we're going to have game 5 situation against both these competitors. And like I said, man, if you're enjoying this top 8, you can also check out some of the VODs from Saturday and Friday.
Nuts.
I mean, so many players, I mean, playing that Saturday is so crazy. You play so much sets to see if you can just get into this top 8, and it was quite the bloodbath. So a lot of these players playing their hearts out yesterday. At least today, they get a little bit of a recharge. You got that night rest, and you can just come into today full tank of gas and just try to get through this entire top 8. But, I mean, the skill level is just so high, so over the ceiling here. It's going to be difficult for anyone. Every
way you turn, every way you look, there is somebody looking to just destroy you. And the crazy thing is, they have the capability, but at the same token, so do you. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why this bracket, that's why this top 8 is so fierce and ferocious, because of the competitors that are presented to us in it. And of course, Nao and SHADIC giving us a treat for the kickoff of Losers Apes. Taking a little bit of a deep breath. I don't blame them, man. Get ready. This is your tournament life on the line. This is your chance to continue on, your chance to snatch that crown, which right now, Charles, I'd be remiss not to say, the crown is vacant right now with MKLeo not making top 8. There is no defense here. There is no defense. It is up for grabs. We are guaranteed
a new Genesis champion.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Ted. Obviously, Mars not in attendance as well. So, I mean, only 2 people hold the crown for Ultimate, being able to claim to be Ultimate champions of the Genesis series here. So we'll crown a new one today. Could be a Corrin player, could be one of these, but it can only be one of them.
Yeah, exactly, right? Man. It happens like that sometimes, man. I couldn't accept when MJ came back playing on the Wizards, but it happened, okay? That's just how it be. You got to give way to the new crop, the new blood, and these are 2 of the finest in the business. Smashville being the final stage. Oh, I love that rising neutral air. The trade, it's a big one, though. Is it enough? It is. Wow, what a trade. Nao putting himself in a position to succeed, and succeed he did.
And now we're seeing, I mean, that was such a great sequence coming out from Nao. I love the neutral air during that edge guard sequence, and I mean, we're really seeing it pay off. But of course, you already see SHADIC going more towards that 2-frame strategy, and again, we're seeing the different types of advantage states and what kind of rewards they hold.
Man, and I got to give SHADIC a lot of credit for just holding his composure, right?
Yeah.
You have a start like that, you're down a tremendous amount, and then you roar back and you got an even game. Oh man, honestly, for that up B, he really did not get as punished as he should have. That was a lot of damage that was potentially left on the table. And again, you know what? It's the defense that's costing SHADIC. Those air dodges in crucial spots where he thinks that Nao's going to swing. But as Nao has proven multiple times through this set, he has the composure and the wherewithal to wait. And these punishes, man, do they add up.
Okay, you get the neutral, you get the back air. Are you going for the edge guard? Are you going to stay safe here? Tries to go for the 2-frame. Not going to get it, but the back air connects. And just like that, SHADIC from 0 to death. We're last stock apiece here, game 5.
You are not allowed to hold a lead against SHADIC in game 5. It is mandatory that he takes it down to the wire every single time. This top 8 of Genesis being no exception. Here we go. 23% separating them right now. Who's going to strike first? It's going to be Nao. Gets that to a quick 53. This is what Corrin does, man. Accumulates that damage so quickly. And if the trend continues, that does mean Nao will take the stock first. SHADIC has got to find a way to break the loop.
Oh, man, this is so rough. Not a single percent. SHADIC just on the defense after having a phenomenal second stock. Finally going to tack on one neutral. But here's the forward air starter. Gets the reset on the air dodge here. There's going to be a lot of damage.
SHADIC said, I got some patience, too. That's what this Corrin ditto is really coming down to. 87. Who's going to strike for? Who's going to make the attempt first? Going in. Okay, the pin. Oh, nice. But was it a bait? Is that enough? Oh, my God. It is Nao. Slays the Texas Beast himself and will continue on into top 8 as your victor.
Unbelievable. I just did not think that backer was going to be it. It was so close to the stage. I wonder what the DI was on that, or maybe the move is just that powerful, but it's going to be Nao clutching it out. Game 5 versus SHADIC. Oh my goodness. And I mean, really had such a crazy lead, and then SHADIC has that wild second stock. Usually you want to be the player making the comeback in that situation, evening it up, but Nao was able to hold the momentum and just have such a great final stock there, was able to put the nail in the coffin with that back air, and I mean, just so close to center stage, and was still able to get the stock. But you already know that if it didn't get the stock, Nail would have been out there for that
And
edge guard because it would have been so close to the blast zone.
And you want to talk about consistency, man. I mean, that was just incredible. From jump on that game number 5, what was the trend that we saw? Nail continued to take the first stock. SHADIC will respond immediately. That time, though, Nail left nothing to chance when he clipped him with that back air and just sent him flying. As we see right here, this was the retaliation after a rocky game number 1. Nail immediately struck back. Of course, SHADIC had his moments too, but it was not meant to be as efficient as Nail ended up playing in this one. That up air is so crazy. It just ends game so abruptly.
Yeah, it's why. I mean, this character is a powerhouse. Even at that last part, when the backer connect, I was like, no, that's not going to get the KO. But, I mean, it absolutely
those
did.
aerials are crazy,
I was
man.
very surprised there. I mean, this character is quite the powerhouse. Yep. And I got to say, I feel like overall, SHADIC felt like the more consistent player, but Nail was able to capitalize off of specific mistakes a lot harder, right? How many times did we see that air dodge get blown back at around 50–60% and just the stock gets deleted, right?
Clutch time points, they matter the most. Clutch time points, clutch time stocks, clutch time moments, and Nail had plenty of them. And really probably a little bit of a relief for him for his pride as well. Gets to erase that thought that people had from SmashCon when they played that first to 5 and SHADIC completely watched him. Well, guess what? That was a long time ago, he said. Meet me in bracket, meet me at Genesis, meet me in top 8, and it's going to be a different story. Nothing but respect for the young god SHADIC, but he is out at 7th place, and Nail continues on. Chat, hope you guys enjoyed that opening game, because it's just the start of it, baby. Because as that crowd just let us know, we got Tweak on the horizon, ready to come and do battle with our other Japanese representative in this bracket, T.
Yeah.